What's going on? What's going on, good people?
What's going on, everybody? How is everybody doing this evening? Episode 92, Fowl Language Podcast.
And like every episode, man, get the kiddies to bed, put your headphones if you're at work, man, because you might just hear some foul language. Let's go. Let's get
it. You got that right, everybody. Roll the intro. Perfect. Before we kick things off, brother, what accessories do you have this evening?
Like every episode lately, man, it's just been vodka. I mean, I would just go get different vodkas, but all them bitches taste the same. I don't care what nobody says. They all taste like rubber alcohol. It's all the same. But, I mean, it's the Haku again. Cranberry juice. Works out pretty good, man. I actually tried it with Pepsi the other day, and it kind of tastes like rum and Coke. It was weird. But, for my cigar, don't make that goddamn face at me, motherfucker. Fuck you, judging me.
Angry? Yes. I mean, I respect what you're doing, but
still can have you just hold
still
it for me.
No.
And for this, I got the Pan Caliente HVC.
Oh, cool.
For my cigar, it's kind of snug, man. But other than the snugness, I'm gonna try to work that snugness out. But I mean, it's smoking all right so far. I ain't got no complaints with it, man. How about yours?
Ooh. So tonight, like I said last week, no need to show the bottle because the bottle doesn't matter. It's what's inside that counts. Just like an ugly girl with a good personality. So tonight is the Infinity bottle. And I was going to add some of my more recent whiskeys to it, but then I realized the Infinity bottle is full. So perfect time to drink it and make some more room to add some of the new stuff. So that's what we got. And I have been having some not so successful cigar moments over the past 2 weeks. Burn my arm. It's a little tiny burn, but I still burned my arm. I have never burned my arm with a cigar before. I had a hole in the middle of a cigar. Had a cigar that was just snug. Cut half of a cigar off because it was stupid. So it is good to have a cigar that I just know is going to work. And that's the H up in Nicaragua.
I don't know if I had that one particular, but I know I've had some H opens, and those have always been good for me.
Yeah. So I just wanted a good old staple. So check
sometimes
back
you gotta go with the tried and true, man.
That's right, man. Don't mess it up. So check in with us. We'll let you know how they're treating us later on.
Yes, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time again for us to, bring some of our positivity to you guys in this ever negative world. And before I pass it to you, bro, shout out to fucking Augusta about to do that motherfucking Freaknik this year, man. Shout out to y'all, man. But
I don't know if that's a good thing though.
I don't know. They do it at Bay Park, so I wanna go because I'm curious. Like I really want to see how it's gonna be. But I digress, brother. So what is best in life, bro? That wibble.
It's been a week. Work has been work, but we ain't gonna talk about work right now. Let's see. Where do I start? So first of all, I just been spending money all week. Did my taxes, so they were on time. Not happy about that. Wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but it could have been better. So there's that. Paid ridiculous amounts of money to get my front yard redone. So they completely redid my trees, around my flower bed, gutted my flower bed, put new stuff in there, resodded the whole yard, leveled it off. Looks good. So they just finished that up today.
HOA shit.
Yeah, fuck the HOA. I mean, we're gonna do it anyway, but still, it looks good. And it was funny because my neighbor was like, "Yeah, your yard looking all good, making my yard look like shit." I was like, "So that means y'all was talking about us, huh?" Gotcha. Fix your ugly yard.
The uppity Negroes got the ugly yard. Yeah, now what y'all got to say?
So that was done. I fired up the motorcycle today. I didn't take it anywhere, but fired it up. A ride is coming next week on the Wibble. I should have a ride in the books, at least one. Nice. So excited about that coming. Let's see what else is going on, man. This is gonna come up on MF and Research later, but there was a product that came out. They usually release them in limited batch drops. So you either got to get in when the drop happens, buy it, and move on, or it'd be gone in like 23 minutes or so. And got one today while we were in Walmart. So definitely shout out to that. So that'll come up later on MF and Research. And while speaking on research, just like you, we did it. We fucking did it. We made it to 100. We made
Hey,
it
I
to
was gonna
100.
check it today too.
We
Hell
made
yeah,
it to
man!
100. We made it today.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I too have caught you in 100. You made it faster, but we both there now. So
Hey,
on
that's
to
all that
200.
matters, man.
Here we go. Here we go.
Welcome to the
So
3-digit club.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. Now watch I check it when it's over and 2 people on the left, but that's all good. It's all good. So let's see what else. I took today off and had a nice little day date with my wife.
Nice.
She got all dressed up, was looking good, and we went on out on not really on town, but we went to breakfast. We went and caught a movie, Suzume. It's an animated movie. You've probably seen it on Crunchyroll.
I've seen the
Animation's real pretty,
yeah.
like yeah, it was good. I mean, you probably won't like it, but it was good, real nice. We did that. Then we ended up at Costco buying shit. So I always got to end up at Costco and Target. So we don't make it there. We ain't doing nothing.
Right.
The last thing is yesterday, I took a few hours off, went to the chiropractor and got a massage. I think I told y'all about that in the group chat. So I got beat up. Oh man, I got beat up, but it was worth it, man. I feel great right now. So, you know, it sucks the day of, but man, you feel like a whole new person the next day. So,
yeah. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. So now that's about it, man. So how about you?
Man, pretty busy week, man. Physical therapy Monday. Went out of town. I had to go out of town for another fucking appointment. Tuesday, so I had to go to Fort Novasil. It's not Fort Rucker anymore. Fort Novasil, Alabama, for my appointment. That went pretty good. My hotel was trash. But anyway, I went down there, did what I needed to do, came back home safe. I too had a day date with my wife on that Thursday.
All right, shout out to the day dates.
Yeah, man. So we they got this little spot at the outlets called Nectar Farm. Shout out to Nectar Farms.
Yeah.
Eat, get daiquiris, all that type of shit. So we went there, took her to Michael Kors, and she was just looking around. I'm like, just go, just put it up there. So got her a little gift. You know, her birthday is coming up, so it's like, fuck it, might as well go ahead and just get her a gift. And you know, we were just chilling, man, and vibing. Took the dog out, man. Speaking of him, he went to the vet this week. Everything's good with our puppy. He's just really fucking busy, so we don't really know how to attack his training. So we signed him up for some classes at PetSmart to you know, just to help him out, because he's a rescue puppy, so it's really challenging because you don't know what the hell he's been through before you got him. But he's doing well, man. He's doing better. He's doing great. Kid news. Kevion took his reading test for the year or something like that, his reading assessment, and the goal was 775, and he had like fucking 819.
They get their scores
something.
Back that fast?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, he crushed that shit. He crushed it.
Good.
And Keontae's getting a few awards, so they sent that letter home today saying that he's getting awarded for some things. Shania had a job interview today.
Good.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A, so hopefully she got that.
Oh, she better not. I'm coming. I'm coming. We gonna be there. I'm coming. I need Shania on camera saying my pleasure. That's all I need.
I was fucking with about that right before we got on, man. Dre finished working at the Masters. He did his thing at the Masters, man. So he's just working and doing what he got to do. Tangi said today was her last day of school for I guess the quarter or whatever. So she's working.
Oh, right.
And she's doing her damn thing, man. So the kids are doing great.
Good.
Janeke's business is rolling. She about to drop her Spotify real soon, man. She getting a lot. She been busting her ass, getting a lot of stuff done. Go
ahead, man. Keep going. My bad. I remember one more thing. I was like, damn, I should have wrote them shits down. But go ahead.
She getting all that shit done, man, and her shit's coming together. She's doing a lot of Guam themed stuff, because ladies and gentlemen who haven't been watching, my wife is from Guam, and I thought it was actually really dope. And me and her sister both kind of was like, you know, you should do some Guam themed shit, because you know they really shopping with her out there in Guam. So yeah, she doing that, man. I
mean, especially if there's any like Guam centered groups on Facebook and shit. And
it's a lot, bro. It's a lot.
I bet it is.
Like they got like whole groups. They're real big in like Colorado, Washington, Texas, North Carolina.
I was gonna say I see like flags all the time.
Yeah, so they real deep in those areas. What else? Sunday, going to train Keontae. It's his turn to get behind the trigger, man. So he's
Yes, sir.
yeah, he's gonna get his dry run, and like I guess you could say his paper version, his Death by PowerPoint version tomorrow first.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna take him out this Sunday, let him lay some rounds down range, man. So
You gonna let him shoot a 9 or some 22?
22. He got to start off with 22.
Yeah. Okay.
First.
Good.
Yeah,
Good. Good.
yeah,
Good.
yeah. Now, if he feel comfortable with 22, and after he see me break out Sharitha, as I call her, after I break out Sharitha, and he wants to shoot Sharitha, then I'll let him go ahead and give it a swing, let him squeeze off one, see how I feel. If he comfortable with it, then I'll let him keep going and shit. So that was that one, man. And lastly, which is happening as soon as we're done recording, goddammit, we are going to go watch That Time I Was Reincarnated as a Slime movie, because it's on fucking
it came out today.
Yes, it did.
Yes, sir. We gonna watch
I've been
it
waiting
tomorrow.
so fucking long, man. So as soon as we done here tonight, I'm gonna go watch that shit, man. I'm so hyped. But with that, man, that's what's best in life.
Okay, man. So made the stupid face because I remembered. I knew there was one more damn thing. So I have officially, with MF and Research, made money. MF and Research has made money.
Really?
I have made money from my Amazon affiliates. I got 3 orders. And I mean, it's only like $1.50, but
so
still, once you start, once you make something.
Yeah.
So I was excited about that. I saw my 3 orders, and all you need is 3 orders to become official, and you don't lose it like I lost it last time. So it's official now.
That?
Huh?
How'd you forget to say that?
I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's fucking dope. That's dope as hell,
yes.
Bro.
So that was definitely exciting, man. Exciting.
Congratulations to you, sir,
Appreciate
and
that.
MF and Research.
Appreciate
finally got off your ass and got MF and Research going, and that shit blowing like a motherfucker, man.
Yes,
Congratulations,
sir.
bro.
All right, now that is what's best. And now let's turn it over to everybody else out there. What is best in life for you? Let us know. Positivity.
Talk to us.
All right, man. I put these videos on these little clips on the screen. You see these headlines. There's going to be a common theme. It's like wrong place, wrong time. People are getting shot just for like silly shit, or just for all kind of crazy shit going on. Like the last one right here, Ralph Yarl. The young man got shot for just knocking on the guy's doorstep. The young lady in Houston got shot for pulling into somebody's car, or mistaking somebody's car. Somebody got shot from the other one that sticks out is the guy that shot the young lady for pulling in the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting because a lot of my gun channels that talk about like a lot of this stuff, they're quiet. They're not even mentioning this shit. And this is kind of what I hate, because this is where you get people who are like me, who are like, I mean, like somebody who's diehard anti-gun, you're not going to do anything for them. But for somebody who's like me, who was like, I don't care either way, to an advocate of firearms and the two-way lifestyle and all that stuff, like, this is where you like, come down on that and say, we do not, this is not responsible gun ownership right here. And providing solutions and things like that to help figure out solutions to combat that. But no, that's not what they do. So I thought I would, looking at the recent shootings that have happened just this week, and it's like this commonly, and it also brings out more gun control debates. So what do you think, man, about the shootings in particular, and then like the talks on gun control, and why like gun channels and stuff are quiet?
So far again, there is one more that wasn't up there. I actually just seen it today. There was a police involved shooting where a guy, Caucasian guy, that the police knocked on the wrong door, and he came outside with his firearm drawn outside, and they lit him up. As far as the recent shootings, it sucks for the victims, most definitely, but that's another part of motherfuckers who don't train. They don't train, they don't read, they don't research, because I mean there's certain things you got to look at. My car got broke. Somebody tried to break into my car like last fucking week, but I also know how laws go, and I know if I was to catch him, I wouldn't be able to fucking shoot him. That's part of fucking training goes. Because I mean, with your car in particular, if you're not in it, then you can whoop his ass, but you can't fucking shoot him because it's not no real threat to you. So as far as these shooters, like I was mentioning, it's just there's no training going on, there's no reading going on. It's I'm prime military, so I can have whatever gun I want. I know exactly what the fuck I'm doing. I'll get to that one in a minute. Then it's the other ones. I've been shooting since I was 6 years old down in the bayou, face ass motherfuckers. So, they don't feel like they need to do any fucking training. And then it's also these motherfuckers that just, I cannot wait to shoot something. As soon as they get this fucking opportunity, they take this fucking opportunity. And some of it is just, you know what I'm saying, probably, I'm making an assumption here, pure speculation, is, racially motivated. Like the young man that was 16 that just run the fucking doorbell. Shit's happened like that, especially in the Vietnam era. I was telling Janae K, in particular, there was a incident back then that happened with some gentleman knocked on the door and white guy shot him Pope. But it's there does need to be gun control. And it's funny that you said that, all the like the 2A enthusiasts and shit that you follow, they quiet because they know this shit wrong. They ain't got no comeback for that. But yeah, I agree. There should be some kind of control, and there's so many different methods. Like we both said, we're pro 2A like a motherfucker, man. But we also know that a lot of these motherfuckers is not responsible fucking gun owners. So there should be something in place for these motherfuckers to make sure shit like this happen, man. A lot of these cases this week, last week, and whatever, these are fucking kids, man. These is fucking babies that this shit is fucking happening to, man. There's a better way. There has to be a fucking better way. Like, I mean, you don't know the case. If somebody's not being a direct fucking threat to you, first and foremost, don't just go off and pop out because you don't know what the fuck going on. Like the car situation. It was the wrong car. Ooh, my bad. I'm sorry. Shit. Your car looked just like my car. Me in physical therapy, my fucking Nissan Rogue, there's another white Nissan Rogue that I parked behind, and I accidentally pulled on the handle a couple times.
I've done it. Everybody's done it.
You know what I'm saying?
There was a kid, I went to a tropical smoothie, and there was a little girl with her family. And like she hopped in the car and she was like, "Oh, this ain't right." And like me and her parents laughed about it.
Yeah, it's a fucking mistake. So, but your first answer is to fucking shoot. This kid mistakenly came to your fucking door. Fucking, I don't know about your Google Maps and shit, but my Google Maps and shit be sending me to the wrong fucking place a lot of the goddamn time. So I mean, the shit fucking happens, and you just jumpy with the fucking trigger finger. That shit is not fucking acceptable to me, man. It's fucking ridiculous. And like I said, these gun enthusiasts, let's hear it, man. I know y'all are all, we got to keep our guns. This is bullshit. They're trying to take away our amendments, our freedoms, and all this other bullshit. But what about cases like this when gun owners, proud 2A members or whatever the fuck, are being reckless with their motherfucking firearms? Well, I want to know where the fuck their voice is at now. Yes, gun control is necessary, but they have to figure out what kind of gun control is fucking necessary. And that they don't have an answer for. The quickest and easiest option is, you know what? Fuck it. Let's not even have a debate. Let's not even have a conversation. Let's just get rid of these motherfuckers. Fuck it. They don't need to have none of this shit. And that'll stop everything. No, the motherfucking fucking won't. It won't stop another goddamn thing because no, the fucking won't. That was fucking awesome. That was awesome. But no, it won't stop shit because, like I mentioned in several episodes, you got fucking bats, you got knives. You got fucking all types of shit that you could kill a motherfucker with, and
slingshots,
all types of shit. That shit, you shoot a motherfucker right with a goddamn BB gun somewhere, that shit could probably kill their motherfucking ass too. But I digress. There should be some gun control debates happening with our elected leaders because we elected these people instead of never mind. I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole. But you know what I'm saying. The elected officials should be having these debates with pro-gun owners and anti-gun people and coming up with a solution that's for the people because that's what these people are there for. They're for the fucking people. And as far as these motherfuckers who own a fucking gun, take your ass to the gun range, get you some goddamn training because a lot of you people, and I'm not gonna mention any names because they've they're kind of in this circle of mine, but they have fucking firearms. Don't shoot the motherfuckers on a daily. And they take this opportunity to actually fucking shoot just to say, "Oh, I got my gun. Now's the time to use it," or some stupid shit like that.
I mean, if you ain't dry fired thousands of times, I don't hear it.
Yeah. Don't just have it just to flex. Or a rapper said it. It was Moray who said it. Like motherfuckers is walking around like they the Blick. No, you're not the motherfucking Blick. Meaning, what he's saying is you walk around like you a tough guy because you got the fucking pistol, so you try to pop off because you got this pistol so you can fucking use it. That's not fucking necessary, man. It's there to protect yourself. It's there to protect your family. It's there to protect others when you need to. It's not for you to fucking pump your chest and grab your nuts because you got a motherfucking pistol. I walk around with fucking mine every fucking day, and motherfuckers look at me crazy. There's been some back and forth exchanges, and my shit has stayed motherfucking holstered. You just gotta know how to train. And then I said I was gonna circle back on it, bro, and then I'm done. But my military personnel, yes, we are trained with several different kinds of fucking firearms throughout. We have this training like a motherfucker. However, our training is derived for fucking combat, man. You know what I'm saying? To go overseas and fucking fight. Urban warfare is not even urban warfare, excuse me. Living in an urban area and carrying a firearm is completely fucking different. So especially for my new soldiers out there who get out of the military, don't think just because you got all this military training or you used to be infantry or whatever the fuck that you don't still need to go to some of these classes or go shoot your firearm or go read a book about this shit or something to learn something different, because you can't have that military mindset in the civilian world because it's gonna get you fucked up. And that's pretty much it, man. What you think?
Oh, you made some good points, man. And I think I'm gonna touch right on. I'm gonna start with that military point that you made. So I think with the firearm, there are two pieces of training that everybody needs to have, and that's the physical manipulation of the firearm and training your brain, not only in when to shoot, when to carry, when you can carry, what situations are, just conditioning your mind, like conditioning your psyche to, not be like, oh, I got this firearm, so, somebody said the wrong shit to me, it's coming out. And let it spray it. Like that's not the way, man. Like think about that. Like you were saying, like you guys are trained to be very proficient in combat, and that's a whole different set of rules and things like that, and different complexities. Like the things that y'all have to go through over there are totally different, and there's a lot of different nuances that do not translate over here. You know what I'm saying? Like the mindset that you have has to be different than the mindset you have over here. Correct. Because over there you can be in a situation, and you correct me if I'm wrong, where if it's not one of your battle buddies, everybody, that is what y'all can still call them, right?
I still say battle buddy. It's a fucking.
I thought it was another term, but
there is. But I'm not saying fucking warrior companion. I'm sorry, not having.
I understand what's wrong with battle buddies, but anyway, oh man, but if it's not one of them, everybody else could be a threat to you. Everybody over here is not your enemy, and you have to realize that when you get over here. And so that's one piece of it. And then the other thing, changing gears a little bit on that second half of this right here, is I learned with Defund the Police that the way you frame things is very important, because when someone hears defund the police, they're thinking, oh shit, you want to take the police away from us altogether? And that's not what it really, I mean, there are some that are like, get rid of all of them. And that's stupid. But what they really meant was not what was communicated, and it got bastardized. I mean, just like the term woke. Woke does no longer means what it used to mean when we used to use it 10 years ago.
Correct.
And so when I say all that to preface the framing of everything, and I would say gun control is not the framing I would say. And if you think about everybody else, like USCCA, your YouTubers, they said they promote responsible gun owners. So I say, if we reframe it to something along the lines of, instead of gun control, saying like enhance responsible gun ownership, because just because you can legally own a gun doesn't mean that you're a responsible gun owner. If you're not training, if you're not proficient with that weapon, if you are lazy, sloppy, and don't have, trigger discipline, you don't have a good quality holster for your carry, you're not putting up your firearms and storing them when they're not in use, you're not maintaining your firearms, that's not being a responsible gun owner. And if you're not working your brain to understand when you can shoot, when you can't shoot, assessing threats, looking at risk, getting out of risk avoidance. I mean, because that is the best strategy of any gun owner out there, is to get away from the threat if you can.
Put those egos and pride down.
Yes, man. But if you can't defend yourself with whatever you got. And so I say all that to say, like, responsible gun ownership is what I would say those 2A folks need to get out there and promote, and especially in situations like this. Because if you look at it, this is not responsible gun ownership. If you firing at a 16-year-old kid that knocks on your doorstep, I mean, and there might be other things in that as more comes out, we'll see, allegedly, that there might be a racial component to that, and that's, that will come out in the trial. But just think of these other ones where they pull up in your driveway. I don't know how many driveways you pulled up on and turned around. Right. Somebody comes to your door. Somebody, pulls up to your car. You walk past the wrong car. You check the car door. Whatever the case may be, you drop something by their car and go down to pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like anything like that. Like, where's your headspace at? Like, you watch them, sure. Watch what they're doing, yes.
Because I do be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like keep an eye on that. And that's that being situationally aware that we've talked about millions of times.
Mm-hmm.
Do that. But don't be like, okay, let me unhost it now. And, and let me be ready and let me, do whatever. But what I've seen is like what really pissed me off and what made me think about it is there's a YouTube channel. I won't say the name because I actually like a lot of what they do. As they got on there and was like basically asking ChatGPT questions about certain firearm related topics. And they were like picking at it like, oh, ChatGPT can't get it right. Oh, they don't know what's going on.
But like generic and like,
but the questions were like basic generic questions. Like it showed your lack of understanding on how to use ChatGPT, because if you frame it better and give it context, the AI as it stands right now works best when you provide context for them to understand and then base it on those decisions, just like we do. That's scary to say, but that's the thing. Instead of like wasting time, like, oh, ChatGPT is this, oh, it's so stupid, or bitching at like every politician that's an anti-gun politician that they've been saying something and like, oh, they're trying to steal your guns and they're trying to do this from you and they're trying to take your rights. And I get it, fear drives clicks, but what really shows where you are is in situations like this. Be like, this is not responsible gun ownership, people. This is not what we mean when we advocate every responsible gun owner that desires a firearm should own and carry a firearm. That's not what we're talking about. And that's not the message that's being communicated. And that shit pisses me off, man.
And they're not going to do it.
I hate that shit. And like some of them to the point where I'm almost tempted to like start unsubscribing to us and not supporting some of these channels, man. Not that, my support makes a big difference in the world, but
yeah, it does. Do they not know your name?
Whatever, man. But just on principle, man, that like it bothers me, like the shit that they put out there. And when you have a chance to actually do some good, do that. You're not offering like solution, like when situations like this, you're not offering solutions. But if there was a shooting that was justified, you got every breakdown of why the shooting was justified and all that shit. I'm cool with that. I am cool with that. Please do that to help on that other side of understanding when you are justified within reason to defend yourself versus not. But also call out the wrong shit too. I mean, you can wait until after trial and all this shit and all the facts come out. I'm fine with that. But at least right now, a cheerleader pulling up in your car, a 16-year-old boy coming to your doorstep. I mean, I can't count how many times kids have come through selling shit, knocking on my door, even though I have a no soliciting sign. And I mean, sometimes I buy shit, sometimes I don't. But that's not armed for a threat. Now, if it does in a situation where, I've seen situations where, and I'll talk about this too, there was a shooting from somebody, not necessarily close to me that I know, but kind of close to my circle, if you will. Mm-hmm. And, they were, they believed that they were followed, came in behind them when they were coming in the house, and they shot him. And, that's not good either. And then that's shit you got to worry about. And it just seems like people are just so on edge, man. You got to just watch out for shit. And it's frustrating when we don't call out the bad, and we're only trying to fuss at like to build fear and not trying to educate on the pros and the cons. And when something is done right, you know what I'm saying? Like with our children, you know what I'm saying? We praise them when they do well. We let them know when they do wrong. And you have to have both. You have to have that balance. And I find that that's what's really, really missing. And it's not taking guns away from everybody. That's not going to be the answer. It's not making training That like if you want to make training mandatory for everybody, also make it so it's affordable, because that's the counter argument. Everybody's like, oh, they want to enforce all these licensing and training. They're trying to price the lower middle class out of firearm ownership. If you alleviate that hurdle and say that if you want to be a responsible gun owner, we as whatever, I mean, however my libertarians out there, how you feel about the state, um, the state will fund, say 20 hours of training a year on firearms, firearm safety and training and shit like that. And, you have to have so much training every 5 years, just like your driver's license. You know what I mean? Every so often you have to go in and not necessarily we take the driver's test, but come in and like for us, I think it's every 10 years you have to physically come in and, re-get your license and shit like that.
Yeah.
And so doing something like that to where it's not cost prohibitive to the gun owner, but it provides more training and education. And that's what I think is missing. Just because you can go to the store and buy a gun does not make you a responsible gun owner. Should you, if you can legally buy a firearm, buy one? Hell yeah. Buy two.
Most definitely.
Buy three. Let me know if they got a couple things on sale. Check out my top 5 list. If they got some of those, holla at me. For real. But yeah, man, like it breaks my heart to see some of these shootings, and then it breaks my heart as a gun owner and advocate of firearms and firearms for the state of protection when they're used to harass, because that doesn't do anything but give the anti-gun folks more ammunition, especially when we're quiet, not rebuking that stuff. So that, man, is all I got, and my cigar is probably out.
Before we move on, the only thing I got as far as the shooting with the 16-year-old, they actually had an exclusive interview with his I guess his estranged wife or whatever. And this is something else, and it could be a topic for a fucking another day, but it's the same thing that always fucking happens here of all places. It's, oh, he's always been an angry person and he had a rough childhood. His daddy was an alcoholic and blah, 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 blah. She said he deserved to go to fucking jail though, but
yeah.
but it just brings up another debate to where when it's not, and I'm not trying to make this a them versus us type shit because I don't believe in that shit at all. But when it's a shooting going on and it's a Caucasian person, it's, oh, they're mentally ill or they're troubled. Their father left, their mother beat them, all this other shit. But when it's a melanin person, it's, well, he stole a Snicker bar in the 3rd grade and he had 3 misdemeanors for shoplifting out of Walmart. This thug.
And well, bro, if you remember, they sent him home. They didn't even charge him at first.
They didn't even charge him. Right. They didn't even charge him. And I was seeing somewhere that was like the evidence couldn't be found or some stupid shit like that. And it was that's just fucking retarded, man. But that's probably a topic for another day. But there definitely needs to be some kind of control. And like you mentioned, all these pro 2A guys that's on fucking social media and YouTubing and all this other fucking shit. Yeah, put something out there when it's fucked up. You got to be on both sides. Don't just do this shit for clicks. Don't try to just bait them. Oh, we're pro guns. They're never taking my gun away. Fucking people. No, be fucking neutral about the shit and do the right thing.
But see, I disagree with you on that. I say both and not, be like, I support all the guns. They're never taking my guns away. But then also, when something was wrong, say that this is not what I mean when I mean responsible gun ownership. This is not what we're talking about. We do not condone. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Appeal to both of them, not just the one.
And let's look at and I mentioned it before, man. Like the things that I use for work, like root cause analysis, man, gets down to it, because when you look down to it, there are so many markers in these cases that'll identify that this person may have issues. Like a lot of the mass shootings, it's like cruelty to their family, cruelty to animals. They may have mentioned something to somebody. Like the shooting in Nashville, that individual, they sent their friend a letter. You know what I'm saying? And the person communicated that. I think that's the one. I'm not 100% sure, about 95% sure, but take that shit serious.
Yeah.
And not be like, oh, I want to sue the firearm manufacturers for promoting firearms. Like, when's the last time you seen a firearm commercial? Yeah. I mean, that's like the stupidest thing ever. Like, you are not dealing, and this is for my gun control folks out there. Like, there's a shooting, and then for you to be getting on there hooping and hollering, we need gun control now. Every situation that you've seen, gun control will not prevent any of it. You have to go 3-4 steps before they've even got there, and that's harder to do. It costs more money on the front end, and that's what people miss. I mean, like in my world, if you can prevent the problem early, it's way cheaper in the life cycle than trying to correct it on the back end. Yeah. Engineers, Kevin, engineers.
Fuckers.
So I mean, and that's what I think is missing. And so yeah, that's all I got for real this time.
Word. So it's another check-in, man. How's your smoke? How's your drink, bro?
The Infinity bottle, man, is better than probably some of the whiskeys I've had lately, the individuals. So it's pretty good, pretty tasty.
You would think mixing all that it'll be hit or miss, but if it's
it is, but yeah,
you win. It's a hit this time.
It's a hit today.
Indeed,
it's a win. And then the cigar, man, cigar that draws good. It's got good flavor, man. It is nothing makes you happier.
Indeed.
How about you, man?
So far so good, man. I mean, the vodka's the vodka, nothing special. It's still going good with cigars, which is still fucking surprising. I'm enjoying the pairing for everyone I've had since I started drinking vodka, so that's pretty dope. The cigar, man, I mean, it's still snug as fuck, and that shit burning fast. I actually put it down for a little while just to conserve some for the episode, man. But other than it being snug, man, the actual smoke, flavor, all that shit, man, it's pretty good.
Good. You said HVC, right? Yeah, they usually are pretty good for me.
I actually thought about this one today, man. So I was at my physical therapy. I'm not gonna say where, who, when, where, or how, but you know, the news came on and it was, you know, talking about these shootings that we mentioned on the last topic. So it got to the part where it was the 16-year-old boy, and you know, everybody was talking the whole time. Like everybody was, you know, oh yeah, that's ridiculous. This doesn't make any sense. Man, they did this. That's crazy. Blah 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 blah. But when it came to this one, I was the only one talking. When it got to the well, you can hear crickets. I was like, man, that don't make any sense right there. Yeah, he should go to jail. That was a kid, man. Just, you know, I was just talking kind of like I was just talking on the last topic, but you could hear a fucking fly pissing on cotton, and that motherfucker, it was so goddamn quiet. And then they came and took the little ice sleeve off of my leg. And normally it's all right, man. You have a good weekend. We'll see you later. Not this time, goddammit. It was all right. Have a good one. And then I was like, damn. All right, cool.
You know where you at.
Yeah. So it made me think about, you know, when it comes to mainly black and white, it gets real awkward depending on what side of the coin you're on. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're in a predominantly, for instance, you won't say white in a predominantly white area. A lot of people won't say black in a predominantly black area, which was funny because during Halloween that passed, we went to this little Halloween thing, and the kid was like, "Oh yeah, I think his dad's black," and then the kid's dad was like, "Hey, shh, don't." And I'm like, "The fuck for what? Who cares?" But my problem is that, you know, that I this stuff needs to happen so we can have these conversations so we can better understand each other as a people. So I thought about these racially awkward moments, man. I was like, you know, I want to see what my brother think, man. What you think?
Yeah, it's funny, man, because you see them all the time, like what you just touched on, like if you see somebody describing somebody, and they'll describe the hell out of them. They'll be like, yeah, 6'2", beard, bald head, yada yada yada. But they won't say like black guy. I remember like when I would travel for work a lot, like for some of my training classes, you wouldn't know the people that you're sharing a car with. And like they would send you an email and say, hey, you're the rental car driver. These 3 people are in the car with you. Coordinate schedule so you can kind of, you know, reduce taxi fare and all that shit. And so I would call and like they'd be like, wait, and I'd be like, yo, I'm black guy, beard, bald head. And you would hear like silence, like, oh shit, he said, Oh, okay. And but then I mean, once you get over that, it's fine. But
Yeah.
it's always funny like that. And then like the other time you see it is like, you know, in those situations where like they wait to tell you about this black person they know or this conversation that they've had with a black person. And it's like, why did you feel the need to have to tell me this story? Like, what about me made you tell me this story? And one of my dudes on YouTube, he talked about something, and I haven't been able to use it yet. Like when they make a racially like a joke, ask them like to explain it to you because you don't get it. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Seen that.
I sent it to you.
Yeah.
And I really want to try that to kind of help with some of that. But something like that kind of happened. I didn't experience it, but Kim told me about it today with my son. So Lamar goes to a daycare. For the longest, he was the only black kid there, and I mean it's good daycare. I mean they had Simone now, and then they've had Lamar for years, and the whole time there's never been another black kid. And you know, sometimes I feel some type of way about that, but you know sometimes it just is what it is. As long as they don't treat my kids bad, it's fine. Um, and long as you know they ain't traumatizing or shit like that, I'm good. And so probably in the past month or so, there's another black kid. He's a baby, and so the daycare lady comes to Kim today, and she's like, "Yeah, Lamar did something odd today," and I can't remember the kid's name, but she said he went up to the kid and he put his finger out and did something with his finger. Um, what was that? And she was like, "Yeah, I was joking and told my husband that was he throwing a gang sign?" And I was like, why the fuck would you say that? Like, did you think that was funny? And then where the fuck do you think he would learn a gang sign from? What kind of shit is that?
That literally almost pissed me off a little bit. Just
I mean, if I didn't know them like I do, probably. But I mean, I'm always cautious, but I watch out for shit. Like the kid throws peace signs to everybody. So like if he sees you out, he's like we were at an event last week. He's in the mirror seeing himself. He's like,
I'm the coolest motherfucker in here.
So he seen his little brethren and was like, "What up, guys?" And that's what I know that's what he did. And so I was like, "Why would you think? Like, I know he's done it to other kids. Why would you think that him walking to the black kid would?" So I mean, it's just little situations like that that like confuse me sometimes, and it's like, do you not? It's you get like from those that are like overly comfortable and like, yo, a step above, like, I'm so glad I have a black person to talk to now because I can step above, be like, I can say the N word now, or I can ask you about, no, you can't. To like eggshells, like, I don't know what to say. Like you just, like you dealt with the kid was like, where the dad was like, you can't say black. You say black, you say color, we got a problem.
Yeah,
or
color the nigger, you all right.
You got some explaining to do, and you might, limp away. I'm just saying, but yeah, I mean, it's like you said. I mean, I think a lot of times what we tend to do is kind of just let them roll, let them slide. And I was telling Kim, like, I think we need to stop doing that. Like, you kind of just blow it off and let it pass. But I think you need to have to kind of force some of those awkward conversations. Like, what? So what did you mean by that? Why would you think that the only black kid would throw another black kid a gang sign? Why would that be your default?
Right.
Like if you were to be like, yo, is that like a thing with like amongst black people, how y'all greet each other? Like, the obligatory, you see another brother out and about and you give him the head nod. That is the thing. I mean, it really is. I mean, like if you were to ask like about that, like what's up with that? Do you know him? Or like even like in the motorcycle community, when we pass another bike on the road, you give them a wave. Or like people that drive Jeeps, they do the little Jeep wave or whatever. I mean, like there are certain things within communities that you do that other people outside of that community don't necessarily understand. And if you ask about that out of pure curiosity and not, try to throw some ignorant spin on it, I mean, it gets you so much further. So I think that's all I got for now. What you got,
man? Really, man, I just think if these little awkward moments like that, like somebody says black or they make a joke or, there's something on the news like with my situation today.
Yeah.
Like, that's the opportunity where you don't be quiet. That's the opportunity where you could get both sides. You know what I'm saying? You can get a perspective on both sides to build an understanding. And I think that'll be that situation like that is a great way to fucking solve this whole racism shit. Because I think a lot of a lot of black people aren't racist. A lot of white people aren't necessarily racist. It's just that culture barrier that's nobody's trying to fucking cross. So they just kind of I'm just gonna just let it be, or not say nothing. Or if it's a black guy, a lot of times it's that motherfucker racist when they really not. Because I experienced that when I first got to my unit, and the younger black people's like, oh, this motherfucker racist, that motherfucker racist, this motherfucker racist. But when I actually started talking to these people and having conversations, I'm like, oh man, that motherfucker ain't racist. He just a fucking asshole. I'm an asshole too, so I identify as an asshole. So all right, cool, high five, real cool fucking dude. But it's just that dialogue that you don't fucking have, and that's why I'm thankful for the Army, because I've had these opportunities. I mentioned him before. One of my best, one of a good friend of mine that I was in active duty with, Bucky. When we was in AIT together, which for y'all don't know, AIT, that's where you learn how to do your job in the Army. But he never interacted with black people before. Yeah. He was from like Wyoming or Wisconsin or some shit, and and like his uncle's in the KKK, his granddaddy was in the KKK. A lot of people, his people was fucking racist, and I kind of not necessarily took him under my wing, but it was more like y'all think like this for what? And we're really like this, and we became really fucking cool. I mean, we still talk on Facebook from time to time, and really fucking cool. And these situations could really break these motherfucking barriers down, man. And then you'll be like, nah, man, we both know the media full of shit, because we just had this conversation with like 10 brothers the other day. We just had this conversation with 10 white guys the other day. It's the same, we know this is some bullshit. And but they don't want to have these conversations. I don't know if it's not necessarily an intimidation factor, or they just don't want to offend anybody.
Yeah. And sometimes it's that. It's really
and sometimes it's not about making sure you don't offend somebody, because depending on how you word shit can offend somebody or not offend somebody. It just depends on how you fucking word it. Like that conversation I was pretty much having by myself about this kid, there could have been questions to where this, and what do you think about this, and what do you think about this, and I can say, yeah, this and this, so what do you think? You know what I'm saying? And that's how that fucking dialogue starts. And if we could do that shit across the fucking country, man, this shit would be fucking amazing, man. Yeah. Like it'd be fucking great. Like shit, Mexican people, for example, I knew motherfuckers celebrate Cinco de Mayo. I didn't know what the fuck Cinco de Mayo was for. So guess what I did? I didn't make assumptions. I didn't just keep my fucking mouth closed. I fucking asked. I asked Asians some questions, Indians some questions, Native Americans questions. I mean, because I want to know, because I'm not a person who gives a fuck about what you look like as far as your color. It's if you good people, you good people. If you a fucking asshole, you an asshole. There's black people I don't fuck with. There's white people I don't fuck with. There's all sorts of races that I can say fuck you to, and there's a whole bunch of them I dap up. But it's a result of being in these racially awkward moments to have these conversations, and these conversations should be had.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. Like, conversations go a long way. And, especially once you get to a point where they realize, like, you can ask a question respectfully. I mean, like, if you just want to know, and you're like, hey, I don't understand why people do this. Or, like, like, why white people make green bean casserole? This shit is disgusting.
Yeah, put raisins in the potato salad.
Yeah, like, why does that happen? Explain to me. And, like, help me. You know what I'm saying? But you can have those kind of discussions, and it gets you so much further. Because I know we've had some of those discussions with people in the past, and man, it brings so much clarity and understanding. And I mean, a buddy of mine, he's a white dude. He's about, I think, 10, 15 years older than me, and he was in the Navy, so he wasn't around nothing but brothers. So he had plenty of time to have those conversations and understand shit. And it's cool talking to him. Like he cracks me up sometimes. Like, he met mom, he met dad. Funny shit, man. I need to call that brother now, man. Good dude. And it's crazy. His wife's Japanese, so real.
So he got
all the culture around there, man.
That's dope.
Dude is wild, man. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and that's just like my wife's culture, for example. When we first got together, it was her sister, fuck her internally, by the way, but they was
eternally
fuck her eternally.
That's harsh.
forever. I see you after we've passed away, and it's still fuck you in the afterlife. Like, I mean, that shit to my core. but you know, I was a nigga this, I was a nigga that, and you know, her mom disowned her for a little while, and it was, you know, you married a black guy and all this other shit until they met me, and that's really all it fucking took, and I knew that's what all it took. That's why I wasn't really tripping.
I mean, and now to the point where your mother-in-law think I'm fine, yo.
I don't know about none of that shit, but
she be asking about me.
But I'm one of the, you know, I'm her favorite son-in-law.
Yeah.
Even, you know, with everything she has going on, she still, you know, remembers who exactly I am above everybody the fuck else, and it's just a matter of conversation. Justin's dad, who was also in the Navy, he had a lot of interaction with, you know, black people, white people, and learned a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? And developed eating habits, like he likes chitlins and collard greens, you know, shit like that. I fuck with chitlins. I love some goddamn chitlins. But, you know, it's those situations that I personally think is fucking beautiful as hell, man, when all these people can just fucking get together. Because, like I said, the media separates us for the most part. There are some racist motherfuckers out there.
There are, but yeah. Fear sells, man. Fear sells.
And there's some ignorant black folks out there. I'm not just going to say this is all white people. Hell no. There's also some black folks out there that's, you know, all white people are racist and the white man's trying to hold me down and I can't never get up because they holding me back and blah, 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 blah. And then there's some like, I'm just going to sit down and do what master tell me to do type motherfuckers. They out here too. But that's a result of not having these fucking conversations. I ain't scared to talk to no fuck about it, man. Like, you know, we walk around here in Mississippi. I get the funny look from, you know, a couple of like older white guys all the time. You know what I do? How's it going? And then you know what they do? Hey, that's a nice dog you got there, or that's a nice this, or that's a nice that. Because when we was in PetSmart, you know, it was a older white guy and his kid. So we was out. I was outside with what's my damn dog's name? Kai. I was outside with him, and he was kind of irritating me. So I had the mean black man face, and his kid walked up and was kind of like apprehensive and shit, and I was like, hey man, it's okay, man, you can pet him, go ahead. So, you know, he pet him. Hey, what's his name? I told him his name, and then the daddy was like, oh man, I remember mine was this small, blah 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 blah. And you know, it's those things that I really really fucking appreciate and think it's really fucking amazing, man.
Breaking the ice, man. The ice.
It's really fucking amazing. You just gotta have those conversations, man. That's all I got.
I agree. All right, man. I don't think we've done anything like this before. We've done a few top fives before. We did our anime. Top 5 anime women or stuff like that. So you've been wanting to do this one for a minute, and I've been like, man, I don't know. So celebrity crushes, man. Who are your? We'll just stick with 5 celebrity crushes, man. So what you got?
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start with number 1 right now, man. She's popping right now. Her album's out. It ain't really doing as great as it would be, but you know, shit. It's a 2 for 1. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. So the Bailey sisters.
That's cheating already.
I don't give a fuck. They sisters account. So my first celebrity crush or sister. So you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna go with Chloe and fucking Haley, man. Like they got both sides of the fucking spectrum. You got the wow, fucking just, you know, very expressive type person, and then you got the more conserved but still like about that shit, and you just like they fine as fuck and they can sing.
They said Chloe act like she just found out she was fine.
Yeah, that's funny. I mean, the only thing I could say negatively as far as Chloe goes is she kind of tries to emulate Beyonce. But other than
that's her mentor, so
yeah,
I mean, you gonna get that.
I get that, but you know, definitely them. Yeah, Chloe's my wife's crush too. But you know what I'm saying? That's neither here nor there. Next,
all right there.
Next,
so I'm sure Swarm was your jam then.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
For a little while. If you seen Swarm, you know.
Next I'm gonna have to go with Rihanna. Rihanna's always been a crush of mine, man. Even no money having Rihanna with the big forehead, no makeup and shit, I was still like, yeah, she can still fucking get it, man. I was like the rest of them motherfuckers at first with ASAP Rocky got. I was like, man, fuck the pussy.
Congratulations.
You know what I'm saying? It's good, bro. Fuck nigga, don't you fucking hug.
Hey, have you seen the Yu-Gi-Oh meme? It should have been me. Yeah. Or if I can find this shit, I'm gonna put it in here.
I have. But Rihanna was another one. moving right along. Who else? We're gonna go back to the 90s just a little bit. I'm gonna say Vivica A. Fox, especially during Booty Call, is when I was like, man, she fucking bad, man. I think I saw a piece of nipple on Booty Call too, man. I had to go back and check.
Slow motion on the VCR.
Shit, I missed it.
Pause play.
Then you gotta hit. Then I had to hit tracking and shit to get the little lines off the motherfucker. But damn, showing my age. But yeah, definitely Vivica Fox, man. She kind of fell off a little bit as she got older, but you know what I'm saying. Vivica Fox is definitely number 3. Number 4, Christina Milian, man. Yes, sir, Christina Milian. That's just fine. I ain't even got nothing to say, man. She fine, man. Like every time she come on TV, Janae, there go your girl. I'm like, yep. Like Nick Cannon fucked that one up.
Man, Nick Cannon is fucking everybody up. Man. He fine. He all right. He ain't worried about that.
Shit, you know his latest baby mama. She from Guam, man. She's tomorrow. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I beat you to it, Nick. Yeah, man. Christina Milian's another one, man. Like, not really when she was in a movie with Nick, but when she was on Be Cool and you know some of her videos back in the day.
What's the song Dip It Low, Drop It Low?
Yeah,
fall
that
out
one.
In the video. That was the shit.
I'm just like that there, you know. Who else? I'm not gonna say Nicki anymore because Nicki used to be back like early when she first came out was popping. It was Nicki Minaj, but we're not gonna say Nicki on this one. Let me see. What am I on? Number 4 or number 5? I don't even remember what fucking number I'm
on. I think it's 4.
Okay, so I think I did.
If you got any honorable mentions, you
4.
Can put them in too.
All right, so number 5, we're gonna go with I think her real name is Tracy Ross, but she played Rainbow on
Tracy Ellis Ross, yeah.
Yeah. She played Rainbow on Grownish. And I don't know what it is. I don't know.
I got you on that. I got you.
I was like, man, yeah, she could definitely fucking get it, man. As far as the honorable mention,
I know what it is. I know exactly what it is.
You got that ass. You got that
ass. Sweet, yeah.
And honorable mention, man, Patti LaBelle. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Hear me out.
Yeah. Patty can still motherfucking get it. Yeah, you goddamn right.
Boy, you wild boy.
Sweet potato pie. God damn it. Fucking Patti LaBelle, man. I'm trying to see if there's any more honorable mentions that I can think of. I'm just like, every time I see him on TV, I'm just like, man. No, man, I think that's it right now, man. If I think of any more while you going, man, I'll probably just blurt 1 or 2 out.
That's fine.
That's it for me, man. What you got, man? I'm curious to hear what you got.
Because you made me think of one, and I'll start with my honorable mention first, because you just made me think about it. Because I was struggling, man, trying to figure this out. Because I was like, like any top 5, I tried to like give myself like parameters to make it difficult, and or to make it like better, I think, in my opinion, and try to figure shit out. So honorable mention that I just thought about was Maya.
Oh
yeah,
I ain't like her nose.
I don't care.
But yeah.
So I thought it as an honorable mention. So mine, I have no order whatsoever. So I'm gonna just give you my list. So while everybody talks about Beyonce, I'm gonna go with Kelly Rowland, bro. Yes.
So, that was my crush too.
Yeah. And yeah, and then like to hear her sing, man, her voice is amazing. So Kelly Rowland. Kim don't necessarily say she got a crush too, but after she came down the damn stairs in the green dress in the first Black Panther,
I was waiting on her.
You know it was coming. Damn Lupita Nyong'o, bro. So yeah, that's definitely on my list, man. Like, and it was Black Panther, the first one that did it. I was like, yo, like her skin is fucking amazing.
Yeah, and
she's a beautiful woman, man. So definitely on my list, man. I think she'd be on Kim's list too. I have to ask her and see. But yeah, that's another one on my list. Let's see. This one I completely forgot about till I was thinking about it for this one, man.
All right.
Rosario Dawson.
Why do I know who that is? Oh, light skin.
Yeah, she was night nurse in Daredevil, Luke Cage, all that.
Yeah.
And then she's Ahsoka. And everybody who's mad about her playing Ahsoka, to shut the hell up. Okay?
Yeah, I can't wait for that shit. That shit gonna be
Yeah.
amazing. That's gonna be amazing body of work.
Yeah, I can't wait for that neither. So, I mean, even though she's gonna be painted orange with them shits on her head, but still, Rosario Dawson.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she showed her titties in Alexander.
Yes, she did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I forgot about that, but you right.
I didn't.
I didn't even think about that. So, if anybody's watching Alexander, we know why you watching Alexander.
That's why I watched it. I said, wait a minute, did she show her titties? Pause.
Oh man, you funny, man. You funny. All right. And so then Regina King.
Okay.
So that's kind of, I won't say my hear me out, but that like people don't really talk about her, man. But like that's a beautiful woman, man.
Oh, yeah.
And like talented, like acting. Finally got the Oscar. I think she got an Oscar.
Maybe.
Or I know she, like award season a couple years back, she was killing it. I mean, and then she voiced Rodney and Huey from the Boondocks, man.
Yeah.
Like to voice two different characters that are brothers. And like if you've ever seen the clip on YouTube, find the shit of her like in the booth voicing both of those.
That shit was crazy,
like,
man. That's
wow.
That takes skill.
That is talent.
Yeah.
So I think like for me, it's not only like the beauty, you know, like you always say, I like debutante. So I always like look for a certain air of class about a woman, and like the talent. So there's that. And then the one everybody know this one. Kim know this one. She always talks. She was like, when I was telling her about the topic, she was like, I know you got her on the list. And Selma Hayek, man. Selma Hayek. All the way back from Desperado.
Damn, that far.
That far back. From Desperado, Dusk Till Dawn. Even when she was the damn vampire, man. Oh, shit. Selma Hayek. So that's my list, man. I think that's my 5. I mean, there's honorable mentions that I could probably sprinkle in more here and there, but that's my list. That's what I got.
That's so. One more. Now that I mentioned it, she in there. She gonna be in the top 6. But motherfucker Jill Scott.
You know, I almost put her on my list.
Sorry, Uncle Bobo, but I'm not talking about the recent Jill Scott. I'm talking like, what was that movie with her and Janet Jackson? Like,
Why Did I Get Married?
Yeah, where the husband was treating her dirty because of her size. I was like, shit, you come in here wearing that shit if you motherfucker want to. Bring your ass here.
She became everybody crush after the microphone.
After the mic, that was just a bonus. I was just like, yeah, damn. You know, that was just a bonus, man. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, Uncle Bobo, because he said that's his crush too. But nah.
Well, he ain't on the episode.
No, he ain't on the goddamn episode. But yeah, man, I had to throw her out there, man. There's so fucking many other beautiful celebrities and everything like that that's out there, man. They're all just beautiful. Women, period, man. Like women as a whole are just beautiful, man. And
yeah.
Why I'm at it, and I ain't trying to get in trouble or nothing. But shout out to my beautiful wife, by the way, man, because you know she's my ultimate crush, celebrity or otherwise, man. Shout out to you, Miss Fowl.
I feel you, man. I was like that all day today. I was like, that's me right there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Don't it feel good?
Hey, man. Don't it, man?
Like back in the day, I used to get pissed off for motherfuckers checking out my wife. But now I'm like, yep.
You'd be like, I know.
They'll look at me. Now, they hit you with this shit right here.
Or they hit you with the it'd be real subtle too. And they'd be like,
respect. Fuck that.
Right.
He like that lame man.
Then they start hating. That dude start hating.
But yeah, man, this was fun, man.
Man, that was fun. Let us know your celebrity crushes if you got them.
Oh yeah, ladies, we're gonna be fair. Y'all put y'all's in the comments too, I guess. Because I'm gonna hate on everybody y'all put. I promise. But y'all go ahead and put them in there.
We should come back. We might do that here soon. Get the wives back on.
No, she can't be on here. I'm her only.
You hating already?
I'm her only crush. I know hers already, but a lot of her crushes ain't crushes no more. Hell, I know mamas too and aunties. That's why Idris Elba died in every movie he in. But yeah, hell yeah, Kim, that'd be dope.
Yeah, because I know Kim got a hear me out crush too. He gone now. but I couldn't even argue it because that's my dude, man. Sean Connery. She was like, "That's an old man crush."
Sean Connery, really?
Yeah, she was like,
You're talking about
classy,
Sean
man.
Connery.
Yeah, man. I was like, you know
Sean.
what? I can't even argue about my dude James Bond,
Sean
fucking
Connery.
Ramirez from Highlander.
Yeah,
man. You can't even. I can't even argue with you.
That's how I learned how to do. That's how I started doing the voice off of Highlander. Man.
That was my dude, man.
R.I.P.
Shithead.
R.I.P.
Shithead.
All right, man. So, final check-in, man. How was your smokes? How was your drink?
Oh man, I can't complain. Going together, phenomenal, man. The every now and then I get a hit of a different flavor in the cigar. It's like, that's delicious. So nothing is better, man, than when you get that cigar after you had a couple struggle cigars, and you get that good cigar, man. It makes you forget about the bad cigars that you had, man.
Indeed.
So, and
it's like the arms of a good woman.
Yeah. Of a lady.
Of a lady.
Yeah. Yeah.
Used to.
But yeah, man. Good pairing. The Infinity bottle is going good. I think I'm gonna drink a little more of that before I add to it because this is a good mix. And with the mixes, you never know what's gonna happen. So right. I think I'm gonna let this roll for a little bit longer, and then I might even be back next week. But I'll probably top it off by then. So
indeed,
definitely good times. What about you, man?
Cigar was decent, man. The draw was rough throughout the entire thing. I probably gotta invest in that.
Perfect draw cigar tool.
Perfect draw. I was gonna say quick draw McGraw or some shit, whatever it was.
For my cigar smokers out there, perfect draw cigar tool is the way.
Yeah, I'm probably going to invest in one of those eventually, man. But all in all, other than that, man, it was pretty good, man. The vodka was decent. I will pour up some more as I get ready to watch this Reincarnation of Slime, and y'all check me on the next episode if y'all want to hear what I think about it for my anime guys out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it tomorrow.
So
we might even hop back on for a quick review of that.
I'm down.
Yeah,
just let me know.
Cool.
But yeah, man, all in all, not bad, man, not bad.
All right, man. You got anything else for the people before we wrap up?
Last thing I got, man. Heart goes out to one of my best friends, man. He's been my partner for a little over 30 years now, man. My boy Quentin, his grandfather passed, man. He JB showed me a lot of shit, man, when I was a kid, man, cutting grass and stuff with bikes and shit like that, man. So, R.I.P., man, aka JB White, aka Granddaddy, man. R.I.P. Also, my partner Ramsey, who I was correction officer with, he was also in the reserves, man. He got into a motorcycle accident and didn't make it through it, unfortunately, man. It was around the same time as Granddaddy, man. So
I hate to hear that.
Yeah, R.I.P. to my boy Ramsey, man. He was real fucking good people, man. Real solid ass.
And a rider too, man. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, you motorcycle guys, Lamar included, y'all be careful out there on them bikes, bro. And find yourself a person of another ethnicity, man, and have one of these conversations. Like, hey, bro, what you think about this? What you think about that, man? You might make a new friend, or you might have some clarity on some stuff that you really didn't have clarity on before, man. So don't be afraid to approach people like, of a different race or whatever, if you have questions and things like that, man, because at the end of the day, we all bleed the same, and eventually we all are born to fucking die. So it really doesn't matter about this little superficial shit like what color your fucking skin is, man. So that's really all I got, bro.
Yeah, man. All I'm gonna say is become responsible gun owners. That's all I'm gonna say. Take some training, take some classes. Even if you can't get to or afford a class, there's tons of people on YouTube talking about like situational awareness, things to learn, things to keep in mind, the mindset. Look them up, man. There's tons of resources. We've talked about tons of topics, man. It's a whole bunch. Matter of fact, I think I'll put the playlist in here of all of our gun talks and stuff like that. But definitely do that. And without there's other videos. Like I said, I'll put those up here. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Episode 92 in the books, and we out.
I see.